get a handful of this and you wash your hands with it in front of a microphone, and then you raise or lower the pitch. I was inspired by something green and slimy crawling up Sarah Jane Smith's legs. I don't know why. They can't touch you for it. But because the monster was bright green and slimy, I used this bright green and slimy gel out of this jar, and it seems to have followed me around. When I go to conventions, I'm usually ceremoniously presented with a jar. Unfortunately, the manufacturers haven't found out, which is a good thing, because I wouldn't know what to do with a crate of it. Well, I do, but I'm not going to talk to you about it. Okay, let's have the next one. Oh, now this is a historic photograph. My mother obviously used Persil, a well-known detergent, to wash my shirt in. It's brilliant white. Also, the photograph was taken either a week before or a week after I got married. And that was 53 years ago. So I'm not necessarily working on Doctor Who in that shot. If you can see, there's a continuous loop of tape. Thank you, Mike, that's great. Moving from the machine round a little weighted pulley. Suppose you got a single sound you record, and you want to use that as a component, but it doesn't sound right, so you're going to put some reverberation on it, you're going to filter it or do something. Well, if you've got a single sound laced up on a table between two spools, you push play, and it does that once, and the sound is gone before you get back to the mixing desk to do any treatment. So what you do, you put it on a continuous loop, and then you can sit in front of the equipment and play as much as you like until you get it right. The do not fiddle with is a spring-loaded loop tension. And we wrote do not fiddle with because our customers that come to hear us are quite nervous about what they might hear. They're unsure. And they don't know what to do with their hands. And we had a Radio 3 poet come to hear something we did for him, and he was all very serious and listening, and it was all going fine until there was this great big twang, and a spring shot across the room. The whole thing descended into bits on the floor, and he said, "What have I done?" We said, "We're not sure." But after that, we put a do not fiddle with Simon. Just play it. On the blue, you should get it. This is the Dalek control room, so you only make 3 or 4 of those noises, put it on a loop. It's just like going to the haberdashers. How many yards of this do you want? It's a labour-saving device. Right, or it should be there, but obviously has been knocked about a bit. And it was in my way. So I picked it up, moved it, and I put it down. And that's when I found out where the cloister bell came from. So what I did, because I'm getting short on memory, I decided to record it for posterity and also to show you. So let's go on to the next one, Mike. Right, here we go. Right. Gradually, with a bit of filtration, a bit of reverberation, it turns into the cloister bell. So that's just how. He's got a piano interior. One of the guys that worked at the workshop was a member of the tennis club, and they were throwing out a piano. So he said, "Don't do that. I'll have the insides of the piano and I'll take it to work." And Brian got his mum's front door key and slid it up and down the bass strings of the piano. And and that's all the TARDIS sound is. Okay? It works. Funnily enough, the only time you heard the TARDIS in full flow was in episode 1, An Unearthly Child, where they wanted to build up the mystique and cover the end credits and all that. And the TARDIS we made is at least a minute or two long. But nowadays it's become a shorthand soundbite. If I go, the TARDIS going or coming, because that's all they do. Such is the pace of production these days, they don't hold up the action for anything. So, Unearthly Child, right at the end, is probably the only time you ever get to hear the TARDIS complete. Okay, it's all pretty quick, isn't it?
Target model destroyed. Substitute weaponry functioning satisfactorily. We will proceed immediately.
Dalek speech treatment. There's a problem. At the workshop by this time, we reckon we could come up with all sorts of treatments. But, supposedly, we pre-recorded all the Dalek speeches ahead of the production. And the Emperor Dalek said, kill them all. Okay, fine, as they probably would. But then when they shoot the action is that much faster. You can't have, look out, Doctor, something's behind you, there's another Dalek behind you. Kill them all. Hey, look out, Doctor, there's another one. It wouldn't work. So the director wanted a treatment that he could use under a live situation at all times. And we came up with a little thing called a ring modulator. The next picture, Mike, please. It's a silly little box that you stick a voice in and a low frequency signal in the other hole. And who likes hard-boiled eggs? Right. You know if you're preparing a salad and you want to do hard-boiled eggs in it, you get that little guillotine thing with lots of little wires and you put it down and it turns it into slices. Well, that's what this ring modulator does with anything that's put into the microphone. It doesn't have to be a voice. It could be a passing car. It could be a passing aeroplane. It could be passing wind. Or even a dog. It would be turned into a Dalek. So there's nothing sinister about it. And all we did was to give the television centre this little box and a reel of tape, and then the voice artist, as they're called these days, does the rest. I'm looking on the finish. All right. This is an episode that the producer director will show me. For those who've noticed the numbers at the top, that is a running time reference, and it's in hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. Our frame speed is different to yours. We run at 25 frames a second, and I think you run at 29.7 or something like that. And your gallons are smaller than ours anyway, so there. So now, this is where the health warning comes in. What you're about to see may truly, truly shock you. So if there's anybody of nervous disposition, heart problems, any pregnant ladies, if there aren't any pregnant ladies, then full information will be had over there. Okay, prepare to be flabbergasted. Just a little bit. Told you it was frightening.
He's strong enough to run.
Run where? They firebombed every ship we have.
Then we'll have to take one of theirs. Now!
placement coming up here.
Get away!
I must warn you.
Take this with you!
That's an early Dyson vacuum cleaner.
You're approaching toll port G715. Please have your credits ready.
Mal, I don't like the look of this one little bit.
Me too. It's spooky.
Ready to run back to the TARDIS and fuss and trouble.
Halt! Who's there?
Surprise, surprise! By Jove, yes! Welcome, friends! 1,000 welcomes!
Funny way to welcome your friends. We thought you'd been attacked by space pirates. Now, about this toll fee.
Toll fee? Oh, tonight is your lucky night, because you are our 10 billionth customer.
You mean say 10 billion people have come here?
Play the next one, Jackson. Jackie. That's much smaller than you like. This is the transmission. Now we've got the music in the road.
He's strong enough to run.
Run where? There's 5 of them, it should be have.
We'll have to take one of theirs. Now! Up the hatch.
You are the last survivor, but not for long.
Get away! Take this with you!
Toll port G715. Please have your credits ready. Toll port G715. Toll port G715.
Mal, I don't like the look of this one little bit.
Me too. It's spooky.
Ready to run back to the TARDIS and fuss and trouble.
Who's there? Surprise, surprise! Welcome, friends! 1,000 welcomes!
Funny way to welcome your friends. We thought you'd been attacked by space pirates. Now, about this toll fee.
Toll fee? Oh, tonight is your lucky night. You are our 10 billionth customer.
You say 10 billion people have come here.
Okay, that's not that one. That is sort of how we used to do it. I have no idea how they do it now down in Cardiff, because it's all been disintegrated into a lot of little separate things. But that's what we did, and I hope you understood most of it. We're now going to have questions, and somebody's going to say, how many tape machines did you say you had? 3. So Robert we'll pass amongst you to spot anybody who might have a question.
Where the BBC wanted to change the theme song.
Was the time when the machines...
Was there ever a time where the BBC wanted to change the theme song?
Yes. It was every producer's grand desire at the start of every new season, and it caused problems. Because Brian and Delia did a synthy version of the theme tune that everybody hated it and refused to use it. There was another one that wasn't very popular when Delia put so many repeats on. Remember, it's only a 30-second thing, so if you had a cast of thousands, it went on forever and ever and ever, just a repeating chord at the end, and that wasn't very popular. But yeah, people love original signature tunes, and the BBC usually embarrassed when the great public want a record of it. Because all of Ron's signature tunes were about 30 seconds long. Step, Tell Me Son, Made Great, The Prisoner, all that was very short. The BBC never said to a composer, can you do me a 30-second signature tune, but also have another couple of minutes up your sleeve in case it gets popular and wants to turn into a record. So there was always problems about modifying things because they got popular.